All right, and moving right along, man. Let's get right into the game twos from Tuesday night, man. We got the Celtics taking on the Atlanta Hawks, and that series looks like it's grand opening, grand closing at this point, man. They blow the Atlanta Hawks out. My guys, my Hawks. Yeah, man, this is it's not looking good. But my prediction though, I said Hawks in six. So let's go on this nice 4 game, win the next 4 out of 5. Hey, win the next four and just call it a day, man. It's still hope, right? They tell me the series does not start until we win on the other team's home court. So technically, if we believe that, this is still a series, right? Or the series hasn't even started yet. So they take care of the Hawks 119-106, I think was the score on that one. And the other game that was going on at the same time, game two in the Eastern Conference, this game was a blowout as well for most of the game. The Cleveland Cavaliers or Cavs, I guess they're not Cavaliers anymore. Who knows? They go out and take care of the New York Knicks in blowout fashion as well. And the big takeaway from that game, it was a real physical game, man. It was blood drawn, bodies are flying everywhere, and the big kind of physical play with about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. It's a 20-point lead at this point. The Knicks still have all their starters in. JB Bickerstaff is just taking out most of his starters. Jared Allen is the only one in the game, and Julius Randle beats him on a play, goes up for a dunk, and Mr. Tryhard himself, Jared Allen, decides to go for a block. Did not get the block, but knocks Julius Randle out of the air. He goes flying, just barely misses the basket stanchion, hits the ground hard, lands right in front of a fan, and hopefully he's not injured. He lands hard on his tailbone, another tailbone injury, man. I guess we have to start getting basketball players butt pads too, man. It was crazy play, man. It was unnecessary in my opinion when you think about it. Like, you're up by 20 points. I understand it's the playoffs, but this game is over. And Tibbs is just a guy who does not take his starters out. He, of course, famously left Derrick Rose in a blowout game like that in the playoffs, and he blew his knee out. So, he the audio caught him. He was mic'd up, just so happens, for this game. So after it happens, he turns around and he's looking at Knicks players saying, "That's a hustle play. It's a hustle play." Like, man, if you don't get out of here with that crap, if I was Julius Randle, he had to see me in the back, man. So, it's a 20-point game. You got to protect yourselves, man. We are $100 million investments, man. Why are you knocking me out of the air when you up by 20? You know this game is over with. Like, we're not coming back. And some people may feel like, oh, well, it's the playoffs. You don't give up anything. You don't want to get any momentum built. It wasn't a dirty play, but it was a stupid play. Like, you could get yourself hurt because he wound up falling on the ground too. So what? The Cavs don't have a backup center. They got Robin Lopez, but they never play him. He made an appearance shortly thereafter when they got Jared Allen out of the game, but they don't really have a backup center in their rotation. So you risking getting yourself hurt. You risking hurting another person. Like, I know he said hustle play, but that was a bunch of BS to me, man. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this series, kind of goes on. It's been physical. It's like early 2000s or late 90s basketball now with these two teams, man. And the Knicks have always had that kind of, brashness about them or whatever. Maybe it's the New Yorkers in them. You go to New York and you just, it stinks there or whatever, and everybody's rude to you, so you just are ornery already whenever you're put that uniform on, I guess. But I joked in my group chat, man. Shout out to my fellas. I was saying, man, if Oak was able to get into Madison Square Garden, he'd probably be ready to suit up for this one, man, because Oak like to smack people around, man. So this is right up his alley, Rest in peace to Anthony Mason. Like I said, those early 90s and mid 90s Knicks teams, man, that were bruisers, man. This would be the kind of series they would be ready to get into. But I think I said when I was predicting the series that it'll probably go 7. I think it will go 7, man. It's back and forth. I still don't really know who's going to win it. The Knicks look great in game 1. Jalen Brunson had a rough shooting night in game 2. So, and Josh Hart, who, he was questionable or doubtful, then questionable, then played. So we'll see kind of how his ankle progresses as well. But interesting series. I think this series in the East will be probably the only one that will definitely go more than 5 games. And yeah, it's already at least going to go 5, but those other series may be Well, I guess the Heat have won their game, so we'll see. I still don't believe in the Heat. Like I said, Miami fans probably going to, if they're real Miami fans anyway, probably going to dispute that. But yeah, that's an interesting series, man. Could go 7, but Jared Allen, man, come on with that hustle play stuff, man. You got to, Mr. Try Hard. That sounds like somebody who watched Hoosiers growing up as a kid and said, full disclosure, I never watched Hoosiers. And I don't know no real hooper that ever watched Hoosiers, man. So, LeBron may say, hey, man, I watch Hoosiers, but I doubt LeBron even watches. He just probably be capping. So, yeah, man, where I come from, hustle play, cool. You hustle when the game is going on. It's a 20-point blowout, dog. Like, we trying to figure out where we're going after this, man.